And we're back here at GOMTV.net. We're halfway through our best of threes today, which I gotta say, Artosis, feels a little weird to say.
Yeah.
I am not buzzing from the epicness of those last games because, frankly, they were not thrillers.
They were
disappointing games.
They were not very fun.
Disappointing games from Parting.
Well, you know what? These next two series are going to wipe the slate. It's going to be Rain going up against Hyvaa. Should be good. Maru against Trap should be good. I think these are gonna make up for it.
Well, I think Maru versus Trap is going to be one of our closest.
Yeah, I think it could be. And
in this match coming in here, I expect Rain to win.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he will because today's been weird.
Yeah, I would expect it as well. If he plays like garbage, then I'm going to be really, really sad.
Well, I mean, we're going to have to see. Parting, I think one of the factors that we have to keep in mind here for why he did not play well was because he's against a teammate, so suddenly that gets really hard to prepare for. So we'll see in this game here today. I expect Rain to beat Hyvaa. Rain easily one of the best guys to study a PvP build, or Protoss build versus whatever race.
Yeah.
Parting was as well, but not in those last games.
Yeah, don't say those builds at all.
No.
Well, actually,
we got to do some Mafia stuff and be like, those games never happened.
Yeah, that's about
We're never talking about
I'm going to try to not think about them anymore because they're kind of downers for me because those were the two I was most excited about. I was excited about every match today, though. So I'm going to go ahead and think about that because now I get to actually watch Rain play against Hyvaa. That should be fun. And, of course, Trap Maru is like – they're kind of wild cards here. We don't know how deep either of these guys are going to get, but they both are players that have potential to get a round of 8 or maybe even a round of 4.
Now, Hyvaa is known to be a pretty aggressive player, whereas Rain is known to be very standard, kind of an impenetrable play style. You could hide the idea of who Rain's playing against. He'll probably be fine regardless.
Yeah. Of course, here we're showing Fantasy down there in the bottom right.
That's definitely not who he's up against, though.
No, certainly not.
But it will be Rain going up against Hyvaa here, so it will be a Protoss versus Zerg.
Yep. And I'm excited to see Rain's PvZ because most of the time we get to see his other matchups. You know, PvT a lot, PvP quite a bit, but his PvT has been kind of quiet.
This tickles me. He's dropped 12 points in cheese here, according to our journalists.
Okay. We're going to have to talk to Yuta about these numbers, man, what he's given them.
Look at the defense there. I cannot agree more. 95 right now.
Yeah. He's the best defensive Protoss in the world.
Oh, yeah, easily.
And in fact, most Protosses you don't even describe them as defensive at all. You know? Of course, everyone defends a little bit in a game, but his style is based around defending. Just defending everything you do and then killing you because you tried too many things.
What is this song? This song is sick.
I don't know, man. I actually have no idea.
This is when a bunch of mini Tases attack on the ladder. Little robot Tases. Little armies of them.
Little armies of robot Taselesses.
Yeah, man.
Invading all the servers at once.
That's right. In this match, Rain, I have to expect him to win here. That also is strange to me. The micro dropping 15 points here to 58.
Yeah, they're kind of crazy. A +10 to offense. I'm like, well,
I would think offense and micro kind of go hand in hand.
And his popularity dropped down. I think that's probably because he eliminated some really great players. People are like, well, I love Leanox, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can't like Hyvaa more. I like him less now for advancing. It's like, well, I mean, give the guy some credit where it's due, man.
This guy is a human who's just trying to win at the game he loves, you know?
Yeah. And he's been a pro gamer a lot longer than Leanox, man. He's put a lot more hours in. That is for certain.
Well, I think you get a lot of these people that haven't followed the scene for years and years. They don't know some of these new players. Like, well, I don't like that guy. I don't know who he is. But
well, who knows what it is. But Hyvaa is a very strong player. Like, he was so good at Starcraft 1. And he is on STX, which is one of the very, very best teams out there. So that's definitely going to help him out as far as training goes.
Absolutely.
Well, what do you think? Do you think Rain's going to take a 2-0?
Yeah, I do,
2-0?
actually.
No, I think it's going to end up being a 2-1 because I think Hive is a little bit too dangerous.
The reason why I think 2-0 is because Rain's defense is so good that I think that's why Hive can't beat him in this series.
Oh, because Hive is so aggressive?
And I think that his defense is so good, I don't see him dropping a game to Hive's early aggression.
You know, I think Hive, I know eventually Hive is going to just bust out like a macro game that everyone's like, whoa, because he's a very talented pro that could macro very well in StarCraft 1, and I think he's probably doing, okay, I'm good at this right now, I'm going to keep doing this while I work on these other areas of my game.
Well, I mean, a lot of these guys that are very aggressive can play macro games. They absolutely can pull it off.
Yeah, certainly.
But, yeah, I mean, sometimes the rushes, the aggression, the all-ins, they're working, so why would you not do that?
Yeah.
The goal is to win no matter what. As that great song is, win, no matter what.
Sounds like an excellent song.
Win. Right? Yeah. That's the goal.
That is the goal.
T-Pain was right when he wrote that song about StarCraft.
He was.
He was onto something there. And, I mean, if Hive is winning by doing these rushes, then there you go.
Well, you think Rain might be hyper-aggressive, like any 2-base timings? You think
I don't
all
think
3-base
so.
or more?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe 1-2-base timing.
I think
if he's rushed early on and it's just like, well, I held that, now you just can't get a third because I'm making a Colossi, I crush you.
I would not be super surprised if he hits like a 2-base, like a pressure attack, like a +1 Zealot or something, or a Zealot Phoenix, like small harassment into a third. But yeah, I would be a little bit surprised if he went for an all-in on 2-base. I don't think that's something that fits into his skill set as well.
It's like I said, if the Zerg did an all-in and Protoss holds it, that's when you can just stay on 2 bases and just deny them their third.
Hit a big counterattack.
Yeah.
No. All right.
Well, we'll see.
First map going to be Star Station.
Yes. Excuse me.
Star Station. This map, if there were to be a 2-base all-in, I think that this would be the best map for Rain.
The third base is very hard to hold.
It certainly is, and that's something that I think Hiva, in his current state, the way he's been playing, would absolutely take advantage of. You know, if he sees Rain going for that, he might go for a really quick, like, max push with Roach, Ling, Hydra, something like that, and try to use that giant surface area. But Rain knows how to defend against just about anything.
Well, it looks like it's time for me to try to outro this right and not mess it up. Let's see if I can do it. We're here on the map, Star Station, a 4-player map. Here in this PVZ here with Rain against Hiva. Remember, the winner of today's match, or each of these matches here, does not necessarily go on out of his group here. We're going to have to wait until day 3 before we start to see who's getting eliminated. Now on to our players over here in the bottom left. I'd say the best Protoss you could ever try to copy if you want to get better on the ladder. He is
Grandmaster, SK Telecom T1 Rain.
And his opponent over here, the hyper-aggressive Zerg. Will he bring that out to the table tonight? We'll see. He is
New challenger, STXO Hiva.
Whoa, he called him Hiva.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's weird.
Party foul.
Party foul.
Party foul.
Yeah, I've been calling him Hiva a very long time. Which probably means that Hiva's right. But no, actually I lived with the guy. It's Hiva.
Well, there's Hiva and there's Hydra. He thinks his name's Idra. He's wrong.
He is wrong.
He is wrong.
You got to
How embarrassing. He's got his
years
own
ahead of time.
his own idea, wrong this whole time.
You know, it's if you're an up-and-coming pro gamer that's looking to make a splash on a world scale, you probably need to let me know before the first match yours I cast exactly how to say your ID.
There was some pro gamer I found out I had been saying his ID wrong for like 2 years.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was, okay, who's the Spanish Protoss Zealot?
Zealotito.
Zealotito?
Yeah.
I called him Zealot Ito.
Ito?
Yeah, ITO. I just looked at him like Ito.
He's Spanish, man.
No, and he's like, you know, even say my name wrong this whole time, and I'm like...
I can't believe you said Zealot Ito.
I did. I actually called it that.
That's like worse than Zealot ITO.
Well, you know, it's one of these things where you're at home.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was, ITO, but it ended up kind of becoming Ito.
No.
Like, when I'm trying to cast...
Ito means, like, small in Spanish.
Look at you with your languages and facts.
Yeah.
No, but I It was just one of those things where I'm like, oh, wow, I've been saying this guy's name wrong the entire time. And you know where it starts is not even when you're casting. It's when you just read his ID at your PC and you don't really put a lot of thought into it because you're like, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, totally.
And then eventually, like, you're on stage, you're like, well, I never actually even read this out loud or put much thought into the correct way to say this.
It's so true. The first time I said chitinous plating out loud, I called it chitinous plating. I used to call Archons Archons.
No, I remember when I met you.
And Zealots
the
I called
first
Zealots.
time I met you, it was long ago. I think you were like 15 or 16 or something.
Oh, look, I was just playing
and you're like
Starcraft
Archons.
in my bedroom.
The best one is when you meet people from StarCraft 1 that didn't know how to say Mutalisk.
What?
I heard so many people, they call it like Mutalisk or
oh, that's so gross.
mollusks and stuff. I'm like, what?
This is bad. All right, well, let's take a look. You know, it's been very standard openings, a gateway expand with 2 gas. And, of course, we see the double expansion here from hyvaa. Now, the one thing about the double expand, you have to be careful because if, for instance, Rain went 3 gates right this second and got a pylon up somewhere, and
well,
that
he
was
really
good.
wanted to do damage to that pylon.
Yeah, and he certainly got away with that, didn't he?
Yeah.
But, you know, in this situation, if Rain throws up 3 gates, there's no speed, there's the roaches would be very, very slow. Is he going to throw up another gate? It'll be at least 3, and you can still do some good pressure with 3 against no speedling, for sure.
Oh, yeah, sure. And he's going to get a Stargate off the back of that.
It makes sense. He's already mined so much gas. To try to go 4 gate from here is kind of inefficient. And the Lings have already found his probe, which is really, really important.
Yes, which means we probably won't have any ground aggression here. He can't really sneak a pylon out.
I think he's going to try, though, because he's brought his mothership core. So he might still go for it. Whoa.
Whoa, that was on move command, too.
Those Lings would have gotten by me, man. For sure.
Wait, does he win this? Whoa!
Of course.
That was the most intense part of my day.
Yeah, yeah. This is already the closest game of the day.
the closest game, yes. Things are changing. Things are turning around.
Yeah.
Man. Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, we're having a good one. So, all right, I mean, it was very good scouting from hyvaa to be able to stop that. But we do have a proxy pylon going up. So we do have the possibility of a little bit of harassment. There's only 2 Lings and 2 Queens on the map for defense. But with a Roach Warren up and the fact that he has some Overlords finishing, we might see him pop out a few more units. Or not. I think he's actually pretty convinced that right now there is nothing on the map, that he's chased everything away.
Yeah.
And the 2 Lings are watching for him to come out. So, you know, if he warps in 3 Zealots and sends them, that could be some very nice damage at the 3rd.
I love how he's checking the back of his base now for the Overlords, because from here, those Phoenixes are going to be rallied. It's going to be a beeline towards the Zerg's 3rd.
Yeah. Help lift up roaches and whatnot. And this is the type of aggression that you would expect to see out of Rain. This is an economical one. It doesn't really cost that much to do, and it still can have very good effects.
It does have some roaches out here, but with the Phoenix is able to pick up the roaches, it makes things a lot easier.
Well, now with the Phoenix is there and the Mothership Core helping out. The thing is, he's just forcing units right now. He's still probably will attack. Yeah, making more Zealots. He's going to go for it. And he has these 3 Phoenixes now, so that really helps so much. He may want to pick up the Queens, and of course a Time Warp there on the roaches.
Beautiful there, because the Zealots can catch up to the roaches easy peasy. Looks like this Queen almost goes down. Well, and then the Zealots take it out on the low ground. Another nice pickup here. Being very calculated with what, where he's engaging and with what. Yeah,
very well done so far. Now, he just needs to make sure he doesn't lose any Phoenixes or the Mothership Core.
Yeah,
this is a very solid harassment we had seen.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
He's already killed a bunch of roaches. He's forcing a ton more. He's killed 2 Queens. He's killed some drones, a Spore Crawler.
He's even getting Overlords as well. He's going to get the hatchery for sure here.
Yeah, that hatchery should end up going down.
Look at that. He has another Time Warp there. Just goes ahead and engages.
Yeah,
He'll run back through the Time Warp with the Zealots.
He's so patient, too. Some of his Zealots still attacking the hatchery. The other one's chasing down roaches, knowing he has time to still kill that hatchery for sure.
He's basically going to take out as many roaches as possible while taking out this hatchery to make sure he's guaranteed a win here.
This is fantastic play by Rain. And, in fact, look at how many Phoenixes he's getting. He's making Phoenix 8, and I'm actually getting some nerd chills over that.
No, I love that, because from here he can continue to harass.
Yeah. The economy isn't here for a switch into Hydras that would be dangerous.
Yes.
It doesn't exist, so he can continue to make these Phoenixes and deal great amounts of damage with them.
Absolutely.
And this also keeps any switches into Mutas completely out of the question. for later on, as long as he doesn't lose them, which means he can literally just sit there and make like Sentry Zealot Immortal or Sentry Zealot Colossus or whatever he wants without any...
I don't believe Zerg actually is able to recover from here.
Yeah, especially against Rain. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful...
Against Mr. Makes No Mistakes.
Yeah.
And he's like, excuse me, that's Dr. Make No Mistakes. I didn't get 2 PhDs in making no mistakes to be called Mr.
That's
Was that what they said in Austin Powers? I didn't go to the 2 years or 10 years of evil medical school to be called Mr. Evil. You heard that? So
yeah,
funny.
I remember that. Yeah, that was funny. All right, so a lot of damage done here, like huge amounts. If we look at the units lost tab, 5,100 loss for Zerg, 2,200 loss for Protoss, and that 5,100 was just basically in Zealots.
Yeah.
So that's like, he does not even care. Those minerals are not even needed. He's done so much damage.
The amount of damage he's doing here right now, this is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, with 8 Phoenixes flying around the map, that is so much damage. It's like he can fly over a spore, kill 10 drones, and leave. That is not an issue. You know, he might end up losing 1 Phoenix, but so worth it. And at this point, he's actually already killed 15 drones. God, this is such a good position for him. Look at this. He's making 6 Hydras. Oh, poor Hiva. poor Hiva. This is... Rain could not be in a better position.
Yeah.
He could have a 3rd Nexus finished, and...
He could make a 3rd Nexus and attack right now.
Yeah, like... Well, I was going to say is, he'd have a 3rd Nexus finish and 3 carriers, and he wouldn't be in a better position. It's like, well, actually, that's the definition of a better position.
I was expecting Ivan to tap out.
Yeah.
Pretty soon there, I'm like, well, he knows.
Well, that's what we were saying, right?
This is not you and me with casting wizardry right here. This is just common sense. You look at that and you're like, well, Zerg's basically dead.
Yeah, like, Rain actually did something that we don't normally see. He realized that was going so much in his favor that if he kept making Phoenixes, it covered everything that Hiva could actually do from there.
Well, you see how many roaches came out to try to save that hatchery.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was making queens out of that 3rd hatch even as well.
Yeah.
He does not have the capital to go for Hydras off that.
No, and then he tries because he's like, well, there's too many Phoenixes for me to do anything. And then he realizes, okay, this is stupid. I can't do anything.
Ivan not happy with that last game.
Rain saving Artosis' night. There's going to be at least one game he rewatches again tomorrow.
It's interesting. He just snuck that pylon out there. Zerg was none the wiser.
Yeah, that was nice. He snuck that very well because he ran 1 probe back, so the other one went out at some point. You know, the Mothership Core can clean up that front area and allows things like that to occur. So, really nice play there by Rain.
Yeah, very nice stuff.
Cheers,
We're going to go into our second map, and that's going to be Wangali Beach. Did I say it right? Wangali Beach.
If it was written in Korean, you'd be having an easier time.
I would be. Actually, there's one thing that's hard in my experience out here is reading a Korean word, but that is written in English letters.
Well, because no one does it the same. Even though there's actually a set of rules that is actually supposed to be the way it's done.
It's never the same.
It's never the same.
It's never the same. I've even seen just different spellings of soul. I'm not even joking. What's all? Like, in the city
I've never seen that
one.
It
was S-O-U-L, and I'm like, okay. So, I mean, I can't read that in English anyways. But we got Rain against Hiva here in game number 2.
Yeah, I'm totally stoked. Like, Rain just played a great game.
Yeah.
Hiva, this is actually exactly what we were talking about at the beginning. It was a gateway expand against a Zerg that went immediately into 3 bases with no gas. And we were saying, if he goes 3-gate or 4-gate from here, it's going to be pretty hard. And the thing is, Hiva chased away the 1 probe and didn't find the second. It was a really good job finding the first probe because he realized that he was in danger from his build that was too greedy against what Rain did. But then the second one came out, made the pylon, and he just kind of droned up and didn't get what he needed to actually stop that push. So Rain kind of showing if that starts working for you, that exact build, which, by the way, is a good one to steal.
That was a good build.
Very good one.
He just assessed that situation, said, I can absolutely punish this Zerg due to the greed he has right now and too much focus on minerals.
And exactly. That's I think the perfect way to put that. And I really like that he showed the continuation of Phoenixes, because I think if that was immediately getting shut down, he absolutely stops Phoenixes at 5. Like, I think for sure at 5 he's like, okay, Robo, let's go.
Well, that was one of those situations where you could keep making Phoenixes And, I mean, look, after the ground attack was done and the hatchery was killed off, he was still able to just fly around and pick up drones.
Yeah.
I think I counted over a dozen killed drones after the hatchery died.
No, you're right. It was somewhere around there.
Even if you lose a few of the Phoenixes, it does not matter.
Well, that's the thing. Is now it's a 2-base Zerg that's lost a lot of money put into roaches, and you have 8 Phoenixes. It's like the amount behind that they are is silly.
Right. How many queens were killed in that last game, by the way?
I want to say 4, but it could have been 5. Could have been 5. It was
a scary amount.
I was too busy being a fan.
Being a fan? You're too busy with your rain pom-poms, dancing around, not casting?
That's it. My rain-shaped sunglasses, they aren't even the hearts. They're just like, it says rain, like I can barely see out of it. It's like Jordy's visor or something.
You're funny.
Thanks.
Excuse me. So we'll be going into game number 2 here in just a little bit. Can Hyvaa come back? I'm still going to go with my 2-0 prediction.
Well, he's being like, this is a different form of cheese. Like the extra greed he went to this game it's like almost an economic cheese. We don't really call it that. We call it greedy. But you have to think of it in the same way where like in a cheese you're taking a certain risk. Like this has to pay off in a certain way. With a greedy build, you're taking a certain risk. Your opponent has to not punish you as opposed to you punishing him with your cheese or getting him off guard with your cheese, whatever you want to call it. So he's kind of he's taking some risks like you would expect because Rain is like one of the very best in the whole world, and Hyvaa's a very good Zerg, but he's not at exactly the level Rain is at. So can he still take it? Like, yeah, I guess he can. I don't think so, though. Like, I was thinking it might be a 2-1, but here I'm like, Guangli Beach. I haven't seen PVZs here, but I'm kind of leaning towards this is going to be good for Rain. It seems kind of small and compact.
It does. I don't feel like the bridge through the bottom right is going to be utilized very much at all.
No, not much, I would say. And don't forget that it's very sunny there, and Protosses are like plants.
They are.
So they're going to have a lot of energy here.
Thank God Hellbats don't do more damage to them because if we got this game to be any more accurate, we would have a problem there for sure.
Yeah. That's right.
The Protoss are supposed to be plant-like, right? They do actually take in photosynthesis?
I think so. Pretty sure.
And they talk with ESP, right? Each other's brains.
They like put it into each other's brains, yeah.
Imagine getting into a fight with a Protoss girlfriend. She's just yelling into your brain. You're like,
take out my tinfoil hat and just put it on. And the thing is, then I just see like a wiggling head, and she's trying to scream at me to take off my tinfoil hat, and I just run away. I have the charge upgrade.
There you go.
Get the Twilight real quick.
Say, Taze, just run ahead of me. I'm going to attack click on you. And I'm like, you charge right out of there.
Of course you would be a Hydralist.
I would be, of course, man. We haven't started this game yet. I don't know if there's some kind of a delay. But when it's ready.
Looks like the players are actually ready.
We're all ready to go. So I know you guys at home are ready, too.
Yeah. Someone yells from the bathroom, I'm not ready.
I'm not yet. Hold on, Tasteless. Tasteless can't hear you.
You know what I do when I'm home alone and I have to go to the bathroom and I'm watching StarCraft?
Yeah, actually, I do want to know, yeah.
Okay, so I have my bathroom is like you can see the TV from this toilet seat. So I just like turn it up when no one's home and leave the door open, man.
No, I've got it where I walk halfway to my bathroom and then I'm like, wait a minute, the volume's not loud enough. I have to turn it up more. Yeah. You know? But then I'm also making very calculated decisions about when I go to the restroom based on like, well, I mean, this game could end in 3 minutes and I could probably hold it. Because I might miss something important here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally.
Or I'm like, well, it's early game. I should at least figure out what they're doing. And then I can wait for this game to normalize.
You're like, oh, it's a TVZ. Command Center first 2 hatch. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I know when I have to be back.
Yeah. All right, the countdown has started right now. Rain, the definite favorite here, already up with a 1-0 advantage against Hyvaa. Hyvaa, known for his aggressive style, opened up with a fairly macro-oriented game that last game and was punished for it. Will we see the Hyvaa we're used to? Well, we're going to find out soon here as we are bringing you the WCS Korea Season 2 StarLeague at the OSL. This broadcast piggybacked here, being casted by Taste and Artosis here at GOMTV.net.